So for important points or summary points, remember the following conclusions or terms. One is that the equation of motion is based on experimental evidence and is valid only when applied within a type or a special type of frame of reference, which is the inertial reference frame, which is the acceleration is 0. So for the second point, the equation of motion states that an unbalanced force on a particle causes it to accelerate. So the general form of that is that the net unbalanced force will cause an acceleration that is proportional to the force applied and with the direction of the force or the net force. Third point, an inertial frame of reference does not rotate. Okay, inertial reference frame is only for translation. There should be no rotational motion, but rather its axis either translate with constant velocity or at rest. So translation or translation with constant velocity or at rest, as long as normal acceleration is is 0, rather 0. And of course the tangential of course also must be 0, so that the total acceleration is 0. So that these are the conditions for inertial reference frame. For the fourth point, mass is a property of matter that provides a quantitative measure of its resistance. So always remember, mass is always or almost synonymous with the idea of resistance to a change or inertia, which is resistance to a change. So it can be a quantitative measure of inertia, which is a resistance to a change. Either it is initially in motion or it is initially at rest. So it is an absolute quantity and it does not change from one location to another, as long as we are dealing with classical mechanics. Okay, classical mechanics, because relativistic mechanics, of course, ang mass does change for a special condition. And the last point is that weight is a force that is caused by the Earth's gravitation. It is not absolute, rather it depends on the altitude of the mass from the Earth's surface. Okay, so it is the only gravitational force present at or near at the surface of the Earth that is or that has any sizable effect between that object and the Earth. The rest can be neglected.